action is the language of reality creation. Just seeing this, hearing this, feeling this, you see life slightly differently, and we live these stories for so long that we forget our true identity, and it becomes our new identity of these old stories.
Yeah, shirtless, shirtless.
Can't deny people. Also with this song.
You can't be comparing us. That is just careless. Friends for myself. I don't care if you stare at us.
Yes! The second you clicked on this video, you entered a new reality. I'm going to show you how to take action in a new story, in a new being, and change the way your brain works. The 3 C's. The first one is clarity. It's about understanding deeply who you want to be and what do you want to do. So how do you get there? So often there's subconscious patterns and old stories blocking us from allowing ourselves to be that version of ourselves. We doubt it. We don't even know how to get there. So we don't even take steps towards it. So clarity is about getting clear on who you want to be, and maybe more importantly, the stories you've been telling yourself. So understanding the traumas that you might have gone through, the stories, the old patterns that you're still living. Your reality today is just an accumulation of all the past stories and actions you've taken till now. You're not going to see any change until you take consistent action, which we'll get to, in your new way of being. So it's about clarity first. And the second part of clarity is awareness. Because if you don't have the awareness of what you're acting on now, you're never going to be able to choose something different. So you have to build awareness to say, ooh, this is actually the old version of me that I'm acting on. And so having that awareness is the first step. So you can heighten your awareness through things like meditation, journaling, and any practice that helps you tap back into the moment. So how present are you being right now in this moment? So as we go through these 3 C's, comment below. Where are you stuck? What is the new version of yourself? Claim it. What are some old stories you're dealing with? Because I'm sure other people are having the same stories, and I would love to hear from you and help you shift those old narratives. C number 2, commitment. This is all about setting your boundaries. So you know who you want to be, you know where you want to go, and now what boundaries are you setting so you stay in that vibration? A big key for this one is detachment. Letting go of how you're going to get there and letting go of the outcome, which sounds like a paradox because you're like, I want this reality, but that's truly just what you can see from this perspective. But as you go towards it, if you're so clear on who you're being and becoming, it doesn't matter what results come from your actions. And another key for that is letting go of other people's reactions, letting go of what they say. And this is so tricky because especially with people we love, whether it's our family or relationships, so often when we step into this new vibration, they might chirp and they might bark. But I like to say F you and be very clear that we're not saying F you or we're not cutting them off. We're cutting off their shadows, because when we step into a higher vibration, they're going to surface the same fears and doubts that we had to overcome. But if they're going to bark at us, but if you can give them the same freedom you give yourself, which is saying that is their trauma, that is their shadow, their doubts, I'm saying I don't want to deal with that. And you're actually saying, I don't want you to stay over there. Come with me. And that is a great perspective shift that I use with clients often, because it's not saying I do have to cut them off and I can't act the way they act, but I'm not saying I don't want to be a part of their life. I'm saying I just want to be in this version of me. And if you want to come along, let's both be high vibrational together. So understanding that you, yourself, no one can give you pain. No one can trigger you. It's all your own garbage that you've put on top of your natural state of excitement. You can give others the same freedom and say, if you're feeling triggered, if you're feeling pain, it has nothing to do with me. That's your own stories. So set these boundaries and get ready for step 3, which is consistency. Consistency. And this is action. This is about understanding your boundaries, like we just talked about, and taking action on them every single moment you can. And that's how you're going to reinforce your new reality. Action is the language of reality creation, because I can say right now I'm a kind person. I liked being kind. I would say I'm a kind-hearted person. But it's not until I act kind that I truly embody the energy of kindness. Because the second I act on kindness, I did a kind act for this person, I feel it. I am it. I am being kind, right? So that is such a great example because that shows a true quantum leap in this moment, because the second you do it, you get to feel it. So for example, we might doubt, do people really do random acts of kindness? The second you do one, your mind can say, yes, they do, because you just saw it happen. You just saw the reality of people doing random acts of kindness. And I find that to be beautiful and super fun, because when you take the actions of your higher self, you're like, wow, this is actually how it works. So often the blocks, and I would love to hear from you, of clients that I work with, especially aligning their passion with their business or aligning with a new relationship or transforming their body. They say, is this really possible? I don't know how I'm going to make money doing what I love. I don't know how I'm going to align with the partner. I don't even know if she's out there. But the second you have that clarity of who you want to be and you act on it, you start to see evidence of it. I have other videos about the brain and the reticular activating system, how it's a filter. And when you start acting in that new vibration, that filter is now activated to show you things that align with that action. So the greatest key for today is that when you have this new belief system, I'm going to jump back actually a little bit. We have these old belief systems. Something happened to us. We weren't as aware as we are now. And we built these stories on top of these false things that happened to us. We might feel not good enough. We might feel like I did the wrong thing. But our natural state is bliss and joy and an open heart. And we put these stories and we live these stories for so long that we forget our true identity, and it becomes our new identity of these old stories. So if we're able to see that and we say, this is actually the story I want to live, someone who lives authentic, someone who lives with purpose, someone who aligns their natural genius to the greatest impact of the world and understands that the more joy that they feel within is the greatest service they can provide. You start acting on that. It starts to surface the old stories of survival and lack. But if you continue to act in that way, it's going to solidify that new belief, because you're acting on it, just like we talked about with kindness. So by acting in this new belief, it is the greatest, quickest way to solidify your new reality system. So my goal is to be the most inspiring man in the world. That means I am connected to my joy, my spirit, my highest vibration, and I'm the greatest activator of human potential. So if you're watching this right now, I truly hope it shifted you in just the smallest way. So you today, after seeing this, hearing this, feeling this, you see life slightly differently, and you start to realize, ooh, my filter is changing, my belief systems are changing, and you even start to notice the way you think is different, and you might notice more finely your old stories and old patterns. And if I can do that for you, you can start to make quantum shifts into your new reality, because the second you do that and they start to take shape, you're going to see that your power has always been there, and it's about you making that choice. So thank you so much for watching. Leave some comments, leave some feedback, your old stories, but also if you watch this video and you have a quantum shift, come back to it and share your experience. Share how later today you ran into somebody, you had a magic moment, a new opportunity came because you simply changed your actions and your energy. It's always energy first, and I want to share that in this community. And the more energy freaks we have living in this way, it helps us stay accountable. It helps us get that courage to act. It helps us know we're on the right path, and that's what I freaking love. So lots more videos to come. I would love how you felt about this one, what topics would help you the most, because that's why I do this. So cheers to you. Thank you for showing the frig up. We're doing it together, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I hope you are too. I'm excited to see the gifts you share with this world. We are all unique, and when we tap into our natural authenticity, the genius within us can shine. And the more we shine, that is the more light we bring to the world. I'm here to help you. If you want any questions, feel free to email me or DM me privately on Instagram. Let's fly.
Okay, I'm done. I've been blaming myself, been containing myself. I'm sick of draining myself. And now I'm done. Trying to do the right thing, trying to